Good morning, everyone. So I would like to discuss about the 9 skills for monitoring professional learning professional, the skills that you can gain when joining our career development program. And this follows our discussion on this program, what is it about, and the process of certification through 3 levels that we discussed last time. This is our greatest product that we'd like to offer to Guanal community, East African community, and African continent. Why not to the entire universe, to really equip people with all the required knowledge and skills to become an expert or experts in monitoring, evaluation, and learning. Remember that we are Horizon of Excellence Limited, a company that is voted to provide you a training to do research and also to do consultants in monitoring, evaluation, and learning. So those 9 skills include: number 1, think strategically, be results oriented, learn for adaptive management, coordinate inclusively, communicate effectively, use information and communication technology, develop social research skills, keep up with the sector, have a specialization, and develop capacity building skills. Those are the 9 skills that once you follow, once you join or participate in our programs, the skills that you gain, and then be able to apply in your daily life as monitoring and evaluation expert in your specific field or of specialization. So let us start with the number 1. Think strategically, be results oriented. So here the bottom line is that we are serving a program that seeks to achieve program goals. So if you want to go far away, you need to start having that vision in your mind. In whatever you are doing, you need to have that in your mind. That's the reason why monitoring, evaluation, and learning should have that vision and feel that responsibility to achieve development objectives. So when we learn from vacancy announcements that we searched from different angles, you can see that that strategic vision is mentioned in most of them. Let's read this one. I think you can see where my cursor is. So this requires someone who will be supporting and coordinating the development or revision of the program theory of change by programs, technical leads, and ensure that grantees' theories of change align with or feed into program theory of change. So that's the project that fits into the program, meaning that this one should have the capacity to support or coordinate all efforts that are done towards achieving the theory of change, the ultimate goal of the program, the process from the inputs throughout process, input, outcomes, and impact. So that's key element for someone who is or would like to work in this monitoring innovation area. So our program, our career development highlights on specific components of these skills. One is being results oriented. That means having the capacity to judge the correctness on a decision solution based on the outcome rather than the process of the decision. We also build the capacity related to problem solving skills. So where we need to have people with capacity to understand the central problem and its potential solutions. We also develop analytical skills, equipping the trainees with the capacity to collect, retrieve, and analyze a variety of data and information to process an evidence-based decision, an evidence-based solution, or a strategy that aligns with the organization context. We also touch on planning and management skills. That is the capacity to bring everything together. Once the problem is understood, the data has been analyzed, and the solution has been identified. We also help people have the capacity to consider opposing ideas in a way to question assumptions, put hypotheses through rigorous testing to ensure there is no other possibility that is overlooked in pursuing organizational goals. So this is key for monitoring evaluation and learning program like ours. So the second skill, which is learn for adaptive management. Here, again, we are in the lens of supporting the management to achieve the strategic mission as we saw previously, where the monitoring innovation expert should develop skills for learning by doing. So why this? This is to maintain the flexibility of the management decisions, to know that uncertainty exists, and so provide the latitude to adjust the direction to improve progress towards desired outcomes. So we need to develop the way, for instance, to identify challenges, to know how they impact negatively or negatively our programming, and how to now readjust our efforts in a way that directs the implementation towards the desired outcomes. So we should learn to make our programs coordinated with others, because the program does not exist in its own. It exists within the complexities or the existence of other programs. Sometimes it needs to be collaborating with. So we need to make sure the program is coordinated with the others, grounded in strong evidence base. There is that learning piece, and whether those programs are adapted to remain relevant throughout the implementation. This is about learning for adaptive management. It's a key for the success of the program and the policies. So this also was highlighted in a number of vacancy announcements. For instance, this one requires someone, the incumbent, to be able to review and adapt, if need be, current monitoring innovation approach, the subsequently support any program staff to plan the carrying out monitoring of grantees. Another one is ensure consultative process with communities, local governments, or civil societies, or other donor-funded projects, local researchers, and the academics. Why? It's just to adapt the program implementation. So let's read this one. Oh, someone needs to organize and implement learning events and processes, including pause and reflect. We need to sit down, react, assess where they are, whether they are progressing positively on the right direction, where they have not deviated. If so, what they need to be doing. So, including positive reflect events and resulting adaptive management analysis, decision-making, program approach adjustment. So the last one is lead on all learning and adaptation activities, including acting as the focal point of any program adaptation advisors and learning specialists and facilitating critical reflection events. You can see that I think we covered in one of our presentation that monitoring innovation requires some skills. It's not something that you can only learn in the classroom and then pretend you have covered everything. So you need to keep on learning by doing. So what are the components of these skills? The first one is critical thinking, the ability to engage in a reflective and independent thinking, using one's ability to reason. It's about being an active learner rather than a passive recipient of information. We need to be active. How to become active? This is not something that you were born with, but I acknowledge that some were born with, but if you were not, this is a good moment for you to learn to be doing the same. So problem solving skills, I think covered in the previous skill, and the same as analytical skills. But now adaptive mindset. It's a tolerance for measured risk-taking. We need to be able to determine a tolerance for measured risk-taking and adaptation, or the ability to assess the facts or circumstances of the current situation and with the environment, and making the appropriate adjustment to thrive in any scenario. You know, in your life, we don't always have one scenario, one option. What if we have so many? How will we need to be choosing one of them? We need to have adaptive mindset. Besides that, we need to have diplomatic or the political skills. Good enough, this is also taught by this program. It involves the ability to effectively understand others and work and to use such knowledge to influence others to act in a way that enhance one's personal and organizational behaviors. Organizational objectives. We need to now have that knowledge to whenever we are in the right direction, we need to influence positively others. Development, say more about that. An example you may now have beneficiaries. You are working to improve their social well-being, social life, being livelihood, but their behavior change is critical. How can you do that? You need to have that political or diplomatic skills. We need also to have communication skills. I want here to emphasize that in any organization, the M&E person is not the only one who is holding M&E functions. I think that's true. Because the M&E functions responsibilities rely on different stakeholders. Example, the management, donor, even the beneficiaries, government, and etc. So now, in this case, the M&E person should develop coordination skills, be able to coordinate those people, including his or her supervisors. This will help to have inclusive collaboration, stakeholder engagement, teamwork, and also to build effective relationship. Remember that coordination is the force that binds all other functions of the management. And again, it is a way of synchronizing all elements of the system. Remember that here we are in the perspective of monitoring, evaluation, and learning system, which needs to be working effectively as a system. So coordination is a key skill and to have the system function. So this also was highlighted in a number of vacancy announcements. Let us read this one in gender health. So this one should lead the team to develop and implement a project performance monitoring plan in coordination with the chief party. Here is coordinating with the chief party. The local M&E team, local stakeholders to capture project performance in the results, including routine service delivery data, reporting, baseline, deadline assessments, and all monitoring for process and outcome evaluation. This really indicates that the M&E functions rely on different people, but M&E person needs to coordinate those other people to do he or his job, she or her job. So what are the components? Here we have political skills. I think we already defined it. Problem solving as well, but also effective collaboration. This is the capacity to identify, engage, and effectively work with the right people. So with our program, you'll be learning to do that. Communicate effectively. So maybe without taking too much time on this can build on the previous with coordinating or collaborating with a number of people. For sure need to develop communication skills, because monitoring evaluation is only useful if the person, the position holder, can effectively communicate the results to the stakeholders. Remember that monitoring evaluation is there now to provide information and data that is needed by different stakeholders. Most of the time having different expectations from the program. Maybe this is the reason why we kept also involving talking about political skills. So by doing so, he needs to be able to write reports, but also to present. Those are the two components of the effective communication. So if you want to see that in the job or vacancy announcement, for sure you will see it. And then two examples I mentioned here. Number 5, use of information and technology and communication technology. I think this is key. We are dealing with the huge amounts of data from different sources and from different, they are coming in the different speed. You can have like X, Facebook information that you can receive in every moment, every second. You can have a monthly reports, you can have quarterly, annual, and all that. So we have huge amount of data, which we can use now to draw insights from them, and then to be able to help in evidence-based decision making. So there is that need to have social media analytical tools, mapping and data visualization software, mobile data collection system, and many more. So as a rule of thumb, maybe if I can advise here, I remember that we have so many data software programs. I don't think one needs to know every data software program. But if you have a familiarity with at least one, but ideally, of course, if you are able to do that, you can get to know so many. But whenever you have at least one, I think you can be okay for you. But here, let me add something. If you can get to know, for instance, Stata for quantitative analysis, data analysis, and then NVivo for quantitative data analysis, don't put aside Excel. Excel is the software that can be easily be accessible, but also Power BI or Tableau when it comes to data visualization, building interactive dashboards, visualizations. That's very key, because if you have a large audience, better to provide visualization rather than just to throw out text, because visualization can help the audience understand very quickly what you want them to understand. So remember that many sectors can propose their own specific software programs. So bear that in mind. But if it is for surveying, maybe you need also to know Survey CTO or Kobo Toolbox. Atlas and DDoS can also good substitute for the NVivo for qualitative analysis. I think this helps. So this is where we are now heading to. And then Horizon of Excellence has invested so much effort in this area for you to for you to gain the capacities, the skills, the hands-on capacity, hands-on skills to be able to use those tools. Number 6, develop social research skills. Here, let me say that most of our programs have that social aspects, social perspective. And then by social perspective, think of the need to learn about people and societies. To be able to figure out where to implement our program, we need to have a clear understanding of what is the culture, the thinking, the values of the society or the community members where the program will be implemented. How to do that? We need to have people with social research skills that can be able to understand, to research the way to have an effective implementation program. And this requires different skills like integrity. You need to be to have that integrity skill, to have the curiosity, commitment, originality, and the passion to think beyond the debates and think about other ways of spreading the same issues under investigation. So this is social research skills. This also came up with different vacancy announcements where they require someone who can oversee or conduct targeted evaluation, operation research, including design, data collection management, and analysis in line with international standards, the organizational standards operating procedures. Excellent analytical skills coupled with proven ability in using visual like graphs, charts, I think, maps, and GIS. So the components of this skill, we need have skills to weigh pros and cons when it comes to opposing ideas. I think we have also covered these skills before. It is the capacity to question assumptions, to put hypotheses through rigorous testing, to ensure there is no other possibility that is overlooked in pursuing organizational goals. We need to have also to learn to have ethical attitude. We need to be coming up with the questioning decisions, being respectful of other views, of the views of others, and doing no harm. Sometimes we overlook this, but this is critical when you want to implement impactful programs in a given community, or if you want also to bring in new programs or products or services. We need also to have analytical skills, the thing that you have already explained. Number 7 is we need to be updated in our sector of intervention. So I think you are along with me that the global development sector is consistently evolving. If it does, do you think monitoring evaluation learning will be an exception? The answer is no. So it has some new approaches that can be adapted to changing circumstances, environment. We also need to have some software changing the way we do business. So for that reason, we need to have an updated knowledge that we can gain through courses or different ways of studying. So if you are in Rwanda or other countries, I think we all know that we have African Evaluation Society, and then we have country monitoring evaluation societies. So you need to get to approach them to get that collaboration, that network, where that can help you maybe figuring out the opportunities for you to improve your knowledge, to be updated. So that's key for professional growth. You need to have that dialogue with the professionals in the areas of monitoring evaluation. So this is the key for our career development program as a horizon of excellence, because after graduation, for you to keep the certification, professional certification, you need to validate 40 continuous learning points. How to get how to get those 40 continuous CLPs? You need to participate or to take 40-hour training in a course of like in a 2 years period, or you need also to have like practice that professionally, that improves your professional capacities in doing monitoring integration activities. So that's key. And then it's not something that is done within the Horizon of Excellence. This is done with other professional organizations like ACCA, CPA. Every professional development program requires to have a continuous learning for you to keep updated within your sector of intervention. So now the other skills is to have a specialization. Here, I don't think I'll take too much time here, but you need to have a specialization because a monitoring evaluation is something that does not have any field of study per se, but the implementation of what you get from studying monitoring evaluation requires you to be to have that specialization. Specialization, I mean a field of studies, for instance, nutrition, economics, reproductive health, governance, education, same thing like that one. So you may have like a degree in mathematics, in economics, in psychology. That's good. So whenever you want now to learn monitoring evaluation, you can apply the knowledge of monitoring evaluation in your specific sector of studies. So that's good, and that is required. And this is also something that was mentioned in several vacancy announcements. For instance, let's read like this one: bachelor's degree in quantitative discipline, preferably in social science, economics, statistics, at least 2 years of professional experience in the field of monitoring evaluation. Here, the last one here, advanced postgraduate degree in public health, demography, epidemiology, biostatistics, data science, social science, or any related field, PhD candidate preferred. Meaning that you need to have their specialization, and then also you learn monitoring evaluation that can be applied in your domain. So that's the reason why in your Horizon of Excellence, we invite people who has at least 3 years of undergraduate studies, but when it comes to graduation, everyone needs to have at least bachelor's degree in any given study, in any field of study. That's key. That's the reason why we emphasize on this. And then we also advise to think of that. You may not have a degree, but you can get that expertise through other ways, but provide that you have that technical expertise. Yeah. The last one is develop the capacity building. So having discussed 8 skills, now the last one is to have the capacity to teach others. So for you to teach others, you need to gather, to accumulate all other skills. That is the reason why Horizon of Excellence, when assessing these skills, it makes a simple arithmetic average score of all other monitoring evaluation skills. And you will see that also this was part of the vacancy announcement, and they requires that the position holder be able to support, to train, to provide technical assistance to other people, to colleagues, to other institutions, to different stakeholders. So with this, I thank you very much, and I would like finally also to encourage you just to think of the way you can improve on work on these skills, either by your own or by joining our program, career development program, so as to be an expert in monitoring and evaluation. Thank you very much. Appreciate and hope to seeing you soon.